Hello, this is Dr. Bob DeMaria, and so many times patients ask me, what do you eat, Dr. Bob? Well, one of the items that I thoroughly enjoy eating is a butternut squash. And watch how easy it is. You can just cut them right in half. And I'm being funny with that. It's very serious when you cut butternut squash. Have a very sharp knife and wear and use a cutting glove. And I always make sure that my knives are really sharp, but you don't want to injure yourself. There's a lot of options that you can do with the butternut squash. You can literally cut it into thirds and lay it on a cookie sheet and let it cook from anywhere from a half an hour to an hour till it's fork tender to about 300 or 325 degrees. But what I want to do today is I have some chopped walnuts and cashews in here that I'm going to mix together like this. And I'm also going to add apples and onions together in this stuffing that I'm going to make a stuffed butternut squash. But I have some ground walnuts that I'm going to be using. And I also have some ground rice cereal. And I'm going to add some raisins. I use primarily organic raisins from Paul Newman. I'm going to mix these together. And I'm just going to gently put them inside of this hollowed out shell that I have right here from the butternut squash. And there's a couple items or a couple alternatives that you can do with this. And what I'm going to do is just leave mine plain. But some of you I know like have a sweetener to it. You could add maple syrup. You could also add honey, fresh honey. And you could even warm up some butter and pour the butter on top of the butternut squash. But I just know from the moisture that we're going to get from this alone, we're going to cover this. I'm going to put it in the oven for about 325, 350 degrees until it's fork tender. Cover it, let it cool when it's all done. But I promise you, it's going to taste awesome. Try it. You'll be glad you did.